Kiwi.
The Radio Wammo Breakfast.
Kiwi.
All right, let's catch up with Campbell Smith, head of Rianne's and also the head honcho of the Music Awards, the New Zealand Music Awards, which is a long way away, really. Not happening till October, but we do have something very special to announce about it. Campbell Smith, come on in from LA.
Morning, mate. How you doing?
Very well. Of course, good afternoon to you there.
It is good afternoon.
You've just been cruising the streets of LA in the convertible, I hear. Is that right?
I wasn't in the convertible. I was in the back seat of one of my artist's cars, actually. I was in the back seat of Brooke Fraser's car.
Oh.
Well.
And what have you guys been up to?
Brooke's about to start making a new record, so we've just been out visiting some studios today to see where we want to do the live tracking. That's what we've been up to.
Choice. Are there many New Zealand musicians over there at the moment?
I know, actually, right now, I know Milan from Pluto is here at the moment. Shane Carter from Dimmer. Dimmer have some shows here next week. My wife Bo is obviously here.
Yeah. Oh, there's a bit going on. Because Greg Johnson is always hanging out there.
Greg lives here. Greg's lived here for about 10 years now.
Yeah.
And Brooke is here. So that's a handful enough. That even off the top of my head, there's probably more.
Yeah. But that's enough to fill a dinner table, I suppose.
It is. It is indeed.
If you're feeling homesick, need to get a few people around together.
Yeah. True.
Now, let's talk about the Music Awards. It is a wee way off. I mean, we're not even at nomination stage, but there has been an important development that is just being announced this morning. What is it, Campbell?
Well, yeah, nominations are about to announce, open. So that's why we've taken the opportunity right now to tell the people that we've added a new category, a new award category for the Music Awards this year. There's going to be a Best Pop Album. A Best Pop Album. Correct.
So what defines a pop album?
Well, that's a good question, isn't it? We kind of leave, there's various categories, genre categories. There's rock, urban, hip-hop, electronica, Aotearoa roots, gospel, jazz, folk, country. There's a variety of categories, and what we sort of leave it to the artist and the label to decide where they think their album fits. You can only go in one of the genre categories. So if you think that what you've made is a pop album and you want to be measured against other pop albums, and you would nominate in that category, or if you thought it was urban hip hop or rock, you'd go into one of those categories. So we don't actually define what it ought to be. We leave it really to the nominators.
Okay.
But I think, there's obviously, you're not going to nominate Savage isn't probably going to nominate an album in the pop category.
No. Can you think of any artists at the moment? I mean, not that they're going to be nominated or anything like that, but can you think of any artists at the moment that you think would fit into that category, in your opinion?
If you think of big records over the last year, I guess the biggest selling record we've had in the last year is Jen Wigmore, and I imagine she would be a pop artist.
Okay. But she could also probably slide into the rock category in some respects as well.
She could slide in there, but that would be a decision that she and her label would have to make about whether they felt like it was more a pop record or a rock record, because you can only go in one.
Yeah. So it kind of reflects that the growth in that area in New Zealand music at the moment.
Yeah, I think so. I just think, pop's... And what we do with these genre award categories is we review them every year. We look at them and go, are we still making records consistently, a number of records that would fit into this category, and should we still have that category, and are there some categories that we're missing? And I think what we found with pop, Lady Hawk last year was a good example, I guess. If there was a pop category, she probably would have been in that, and instead she was in electronica, which may be a bit of a, not a stretch for some bits of the album, but maybe overall it was more a pop album.
Yeah. Yeah, so, and I guess another category also opens up the awards just a little bit wider for even more artists to have the opportunity to be nominated.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess what we try to do with it, we anticipate that, there are all the genre awards, and they should cover pretty much the breadth of music that we're making.
Yeah.
And then we would what normally happens is the winner of one of those album categories will win the overall best album. So it's, it would be a rare situation where the winner of the best album isn't also winning the genre category as well.
It is interesting reflecting on the last 2 or 3 years of the Music Awards. There does seem to be a little bit more independence coming on through than I think that there ever has been in the past. There seems a lot of musicians who may not have even had the opportunity to be heard in the past have had the opportunity to come up and actually win awards. I think Lady Hawk's a really good example of that. Oh, no,
well, that's sort of, I guess, mirroring what's going on in the industry as a whole. Is that there's still a very important role that major labels play, and you'll find they distribute perhaps a lot of the records that are winning awards are distributed by majors. But there is obviously, a lot more records and a lot more recordings are being made these days by artists either independently or on local independent labels. And the Music Awards has really reflected that. As you say, the last few years, it's really been all about independent artists, and as I say, that generally will have a distribution through a major network. But a lot more variety in how records are made and how they get to market now.
Yeah. Just and which is a good thing. The awards are actually reflecting what is actually happening.
Yeah, they are, and I'm not sure they never have done that. I mean, I just think more artists were probably signed to bigger deals, and 5-10 years ago, and fewer artists were able to find those pathways through if they weren't in that major label system. I think that's what you're saying, is that they're not prohibited or prevented or obstructed in any way in getting to the market. Yeah.
But it almost seems like, for the first time in many years, that almost a bedroom artist has an opportunity to reach it to the top a lot faster than ever before.
Yeah, and I mean, I think you saw not that the Lawrence Arabi record is a bedroom record by any stretch of the imagination, but independently made by the artist himself.
It has that ethos, doesn't it?
Wins a silver scroll, and I think I haven't been in New Zealand for a while, but I think won the Tate Prize. It did.
Yeah.
So it's good, and I like that. And there are some artists who will still go the pathway of signing directly to major labels, and some who will sign with independent labels, and some who will just do their own thing, and that's good. It's good for our industry, and good for providing opportunities to artists in many different ways.
It's great. So just reflecting again, what is the timeline this year for the awards?
I think our nominations, you're probably going to catch me here, I think nominations open on April 19, and they cover albums or singles or recordings released in the year ending 31 May.
Okay.
So 1 June 2009 to 31 May 2010.
Yep.
And then we announce the finalists on 1 September, and the awards proper are on October 7.
Great. And it will probably just creep up on us like it does every year. And surprise us, tap us on the shoulder and go, hang on, we're here. Gosh, another year goes by.
We're good to go. And, it's our third year at Vector Arena, and it's, we kind of have a double ambition, I guess, with the Music Awards, we work hard to maintain the integrity of them, but we also want to make them, bigger and glitzier and flashier and reach as many people as we can. So, and hopefully we're still doing that.
Excellent. Well, thanks very much for catching up with us from LA today, Campbell Smith.
Cheers, Wammo.
Cheers. That is Campbell Smith, of course, head of Rian's and the head honcho of the New Zealand Music Awards as well. Just gone.